Hey everyone, welcome to another great episode of Cheap Heat TV. Tonight is episode 77. So let's just go ahead and start it off by saying Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and just come on in, sit down, enjoy us for the next hour. Like, subscribe, and share, and invite all your friends to come in for this very Zander's Merry Christmas. So we'll start with him actually tonight, throw it off a little bit more. So, guys, my old best friend, not my new best friend, my old best friend, Upbeat Zanders.
What's up, man?
What's going on, man? I'm trying to get caught up. You kind of threw me in a little.
I was gonna say, like, I know everybody's gonna kind of play this episode down as something negative, and you're like, we've got a bunch of stuff to cover. But it's always so much fun at the beginning of the show. It makes my week feel a lot better whenever I throw you for a little bit of a loop and kind of leave you out on an island. So now you have to introduce. I'm going to leave it to you. You're going to introduce like the next person. I want Santa Claus in here, but you can bring, the Grinch if you want to.
Oh no, man, come on! But I do appreciate the fact that here in Alabama we had a little bit of snow. So for Christmas, you brought the snow, all white thing going on.
I thought you were going to say I didn't go anywhere. No, I didn't leave my house.
So you're speaking to the Grinch, and I don't want to put him that way. Everybody talked about him that way this week, but we're not going to get into it right now. But the guy, my new best friend, the guy who puts man in manager, the king of all wrestling media, Gene Jackson.
I'm the Grinch now? That's what I missed the meeting.
I saw Santa Claus, dude, and you can't be walking around with that hill-ass hat on. Pardon my friend. Sorry, Mom. Sorry.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, man.
Well, that's disturbing. I mean, I was coming here in a good mood despite all the fuckery that went on previously in the week. I had a good last couple of days. Christmas has been good. So, hey, look at her, Jay Griffin. Merry Christmas,
hey, Jay.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, Jay. Man. Thanks for joining us. We can always count on you to be there in the comments, supporting the show. We do appreciate that.
Man, it's kind of crazy, man. Like it's been a hell of a week.
He's one of the six.
One of the six.
One of the six.
I appreciate you.
We're not gonna go there that quick.
I'm not getting into it. I'm just saying for those that know.
Okay.
He's one of the six.
We're teaser.
So for the other five that are in here, please leave
we're not
a comment.
going to get there right now. We're going to get there maybe later.
Hey guys, guess what? So Santa brought us a gift today.
What's that?
Santa brought us a gift today. Ladies and gentlemen, I will present to you the gift that I was given today.
Is this the Festivus Miracle?
It is the Festivus Miracle. But on the top of that, I'm going to say this, and because we include everyone on the show. We don't exclude anybody. No shows, no people, nothing. Everybody's included. So happy Kwanzaa. Welcome to the culture, Mr. Pickup Artist Shane Mako.
Word.
What?
There he is.
I got confused. I was looking around like, who's coming on?
Like, wait,
what's happening? We got to guess who's this great, spectacular.
And CC normally runs stuff by me, and I had no idea. I was terrified. I was like, what did he do?
What did he?
My beautiful ball bestie, man. You're always a present for me.
Friends for you.
All right. Getting the show off on a good note here.
Hey, it's Christmas time, man. You know how it is.
Everybody's really excited.
I got to stay
upbeat and positive, just like our host, Zanders.
It's me. Well, I was gonna say I was having like kind of a rough holiday the way it was going, just from how work was busy and being apparently on social media during all the rest of my free time. But I got to irritate Scott. And
did you watch the new Top Gun again?
No, I haven't got to, man.
It's on Paramount now. I haven't.
It is on Paramount.
Yet,
four times since this week started. Since it hit Paramount, I've been on it every single day.
I've seen it 3.
Do.
Dude, that's song.
I saw the preview and Val Kilmer was on there. How the hell is Val Kilmer on there?
Because he's Iceman, man.
Oh,
yeah, basically.
Did he get killed in the first one?
No, dude, he comes back. It's like
you can be my wingman anytime. He's the one that got him to go gay at the end.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Yeah, he's like, you can be.
What Paramount?
I'm
What
out.
Paramount?
I'm out on this.
No, listen at the very end.
I was already almost out because he came back from the dead. But now he's
So here's the thing. Top Gun, if you watch it, it's this whole battle between straight and not straight. The girl all through the whole thing is, and Iceman's trying to get him to come to that side. Well, at the very end, when he finally gets to Iceman says him right in the face, he says, "You can be my wingman anytime. That means you can ride my tail anytime." And Tom Cruise is like, brother.
That is
what?
Smokey.
You're going to get us so much more heat than last week for just
hold on. That's Quentin Tarantino. That's Quentin Tarantino's. I bit that from Quentin Tarantino. Quentin Tarantino has a movie that he goes on a 15-minute rant about how it's homosexuality versus. I'm just stealing from Quentin Tarantino. Do not put that on me.
I get that.
I've already been gay for Tom Cruise. I have no problem saying that.
Okay, so about the 5:49 mark, Smokey, if we can get a quick marker on this, I do want the point where Mako says, "You're my wingman. You could ride my tail anytime." If we get that clipped, and then that just be his permanent entrance into EPW, he will never have to worry about having a manager or getting heat ever again.
I saw it for Top Gun.
All right, Smokey's on the case here. He's putting up a disclaimer.
Oh man.
There you go, Smokey. Good job,
all
buddy.
over the place.
Like I said, I don't want to take credit for that take. That was a Quentin Tarantino take, but that's cool. I'm just saying. Iceman is the man. Yes, he's in the movie. He's not a zombie. CGI was used for his voice because obviously he can't talk because he's got the cancers.
It was real emotional. That moment when he stands up. Ooh.
Yeah, I almost cried. But
yeah, dude,
I'm sure Zander's openly weak
I was
like
a
a newborn
I was
woman.
a mess. I was in the floor. Just.
I had it more. I had it more in the sun. More in the sun.
His volume is so far away. Buddy, we hear you trying to talk, but we heard you doing that thing you did last time with Bret Michaels because it was amazing. I hear him saying Jesus. It is Jesus.
I hear him. I like the fact he's talking.
Jesus
We're just like riding, like just right over poor old Scott there. But yeah, I watched it like 4 times. That was a great Christmas. Big TV right there. So it's almost like the theater. Not as well. Not as good. It wasn't as loud.
Gene, real quick before we go any further, is Rosie coming on?
No.
Oh, damn it.
I didn't press it. There wasn't anything to cover.
Hey, so I want to cover.
I would love to hear her comments on Mako's.
What did everybody get for Christmas?
Well, I mean, yeah, maybe if she'd have been here for that, she might have. It probably nothing we'd want.
What did everybody get for Christmas?
Got us kicked off a Twitch.
What did everybody get for Christmas? Anybody like Christmas time? What we get?
I got a hanging rack.
All right. So anybody get anything they're happy with? Like anything?
I'm ecstatic.
We're poor.
All right. So I'm gonna show you a few things. These are the necessities. This is what Mom gets me every Christmas.
Whitey Jenkins sent me this T-shirt.
Whoa!
I like that.
I don't know if y'all got one, but he
I didn't get one. I guess it's a little show.
So first thing first. The essentials.
I got socks too.
You always got to get the socks. Everybody got socks, right? Like this is good for the wrestling. Anybody traveling and hitting this is good. This is the time of the year that we would lead y'all to re-up on some freshness. So it takes care of some of them wrestling bags. But socks, big old thing of socks. All right. Next, another essential, another wrestling need. You got to have the boxer briefs. The big old thing of boxer briefs, people. Boxer briefs. Clean underwear. Important in wrestling world.
What are we doing?
Mom again. We're doing Christmas, man.
The fuck are we doing here?
now Scott has to still make his line and execute.
Underwear. Another essential, but this is the secret to it all. This is the top. This is the Kubla Glugra, whatever that word is, people. All right. So I know this is an opinionated thing. This is an opinionated based thing. I know people's noses are sensitive. See, he knows. All
okay,
right.
wait. Are we doing what else?
He just took my moment over.
Okay, sorry.
It was very nice.
You saw it.
Doesn't write upside down.
What else did your mom get you? I saw socks.
I saw. We just went through the variety. Another thing that you need in your wrestling bag. Your mom should take your underwear, boxer briefs, baby, big old thing of them, because they're gonna get holy. And yep, you're gonna run
big old thing of them.
You sit on them. You sit on them for 19 hours in the car.
Yearly at least.
Yep, this is a yearly.
We're gonna splice that together with that earlier comment and make some clip out of it.
So I know people have an opinion. Some girls' noses are sensitive. I know it could be a douchey thing, but I'm telling you, this is great for a wrestling bag. So people stop kicking you out of the locker room, stop bitching. A big old variety of bod. They will last you forever.
My mom got me some.
Yeah, this will kill any bad smell. Now I'm not saying they're overpowering. They never run. I did a lot of research on this. That Axe shit lasts 5 minutes. This lasts through cigarettes, ass, sex, all kinds of things. This will beat it all.
Why did those two go
All the
together?
stuff
Why
that's
did
essential for pro
why did
wrestling.
ass and
Yes.
sex go back to back all of a sudden?
Because it smells like ass when you don't wash it.
So are we to assume here that your mom and Xander's mom got on the phone together and planned
she
out
get you
what
a
they were
hanging
getting
right?
y'all?
No.
'Cause y'all pretty much had a parallel of getting
Did
the
she
same
get you a
items
hanging
here.
right?
It's not that. It's just that they're both great moms, and all great moms think alike.
My mom.
So it was like, you know, I don't want my kid to be the smelly one. So all these ones that go around, they stink and everything. You know, they had bad parenting. Bad. It's just like, it just sucks. It's like,
I've got pointy toes, and they go through my socks real quick. So like,
I don't like socks, and they disappear really fast. Like, I don't like keeping up with them. So I just rather have new ones. Don't make me look and wash them. That's just weird.
Okay, so like my sister lives out west, and she doesn't own socks.
Yeah, nobody should. You shouldn't. I don't really like underwear either, but I'm just saying my mom makes sure I keep all these things.
Yeah, but you need underwear.
You do. I'm just saying.
At least one barrier, or at least two barriers.
They don't have to be now, because sometimes you just need to get there. You know, I don't need all that.
Between public places?
What do you mean, places? Why do I need to take my pants down in public?
Two fabric barriers between.
Oh man, no. When I learned that you can free ball it, man, underwear is just something.
This is not the show I want to get into. My mom does watch this.
Okay, I'm sorry. Hey, just I'm sure. Whatever.
Mrs. Sanders, I told you to pass on last week. You might want to pass on this week.
Probably just.
Hey, it's
Upbeat Christmas got real weird. We're going to rename this in post. Xander's weird.
Whoa,
Christmas.
not Xander's. Mako's the one talking all.
Well,
this
it's your show,
stuff.
so you're letting this go on. So.
But no, this is
a good time.
Steer, get it back on the road. We're in the ditch right now. Steer is back on the road.
I'm sorry, I
Xander,
was enjoying the ditch.
Man,
okay, well, again, that's why Xander's weird.
I try to
help, Gene. What do you want to talk about?
I try to make Christmas
instead of making this exotic, because it turned into Mako's exotic Christmas.
You know, the only thing I'm going to talk about, because that's all this show is, and we don't want to go there yet. So
no, we're definitely just throwing the old line out there.
This show's about one thing, and as you can see,
it's about Christmas, man.
When we get off that one thing, it goes in weird places. So
happy Mako.
Again, I did get a very nice pin for Christmas.
Hey,
so
can I have it?
No,
can I have it?
Hey, see, Scott got a pin too. So see, your two moms talked about what to get, and then our two moms, and they're like, "Look, you guys are grown men. You can buy your own socks and underwear for God's sakes. Here's a nice pin to write with."
That's just
when you do adult things and write checks and sign things.
No. My mom knows I'm a very busy man. I don't have time for that. So she goes out and takes care of the necessities, so I don't have to. So now I can focus on better things, like Top Gun.
Before we lose this one viewer that we have.
What are you talking about? We're rounding up now. They're coming in here.
Yeah, but I mean, like, because
we're at 4 now. We got 2 more coming.
Well, no. What's your favorite Christmas song, dumbass?
God, I don't know.
I'm sure it involves Mariah Carey. I would have to say.
No. It's the one that just played on Stepdad 2. It's the doom. I don't know the name of it, but I like that.
Rudolph's mine, by the way. I just like Rudolph.
Anything Harry Connick Jr. though. Anything Harry Connick Jr. I mean,
Grandma got ran over by reindeers, Mom.
Daddy's home too, or whatever.
Hey, we watched that recently. The one with Marky Mark and John
Cena. The second one. It's great. That's my Christmas movie. I watched it like 6 times already. I like John Cena's in there.
It was it was funny. It was what you'd expect when Will Ferrell and John Lithgow and Mel Gibson are involved. I
want to be his friend so bad.
It was funny.
So Rosie's real big on watching, like, being into the holiday spirit. Have y'all been?
I mean, she tries to be. I mean, Christmas isn't her favorite time of year, but she tries to make
Halloween
it. So
we all know that.
Yeah,
anybody that knows Rosie, it's Halloween like 7 times over. But
yes, obviously. So, what's everybody's favorite Christmas song? We can't just bury his question here.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Mako still hasn't thought of one. And
I like movies. I take all mine from like Love Actually. Like, God, I love that song. Like, that's in there. I don't know.
Well, what's that song from that? I mean,
all right. So Mariah Carey then, because I love Love Actually.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I knew that was going to be the one.
Because mine is from the movie that I just said. I don't know the name.
But that's it. That's. I'm pretty sure it's Mariah Carey. I'm just going to assume it. I've never watched that movie. It's one of Rosie's favorite movies. So I'm assuming that it has to.
See, Rosie gets it. Rosie, yeah, Hugh Grant, and man, it's so good, so good. And all
right, Scotty, what's your favorite Christmas song?
Grandma got ran over by a reindeer.
I knew that was coming. Damn, I should have put money on that. I should have put money on that. I was.
I also,
almost
Baby It's Cold
positive.
Outside.
Mako loves the one.
They don't. You can't even mention that anymore.
Yeah,
That's
Mako
that's
loves
been,
the one
that's
that
been
involves
banned.
getting women liquored
You're
up.
gonna
No,
get-
no. I just saw Love Hard, which is a Christmas movie. He changed the words to it to make it more like it's great. He's like, I'll make sure you're okay with it, and she's like, thank you for asking.
It's
And
consensual.
yes,
Consensual
it was
at that
so
point.
good. That version of it though. So yeah, that version of Baby It's Cold Outside. Consensual sex. We are all about
Maybe
that.
it's cold outside, but if it's okay with you, you can stay here. No pressure. Nothing's going to happen unless you want it to happen, and then maybe
There you go.
can. But
There
you
it
don't
is.
have
See, that's
to.
what he did.
You
That's
don't
what
have
he
to do
did.
anything you don't want to do. Yeah, that's
I've got a blow up mattress I can sleep on. If you want my
I got a blow up doll, but that's
Wait.
totally different. What?
and that's why there's no
Exotic
pressure.
Mako. Exotic Mako's Christmas.
Mako's
I
coming
don't
through
understand.
regardless, so you can be involved or
Here
you
comes that
cannot. Either
train.
way, this is happening.
We amped him up a little bit.
So
in
can
our,
people tell I really like Christmas time? Like I'm just saying I like Christmas. I don't have I don't work like everybody else, so now I get to enjoy it. Like when I was a kid, I absolutely hated it. Going to work, being in all that, but now I'm like off. I enjoy all of it. It's like the music's great, the movies are great. People, I don't see them, so
We
they're
may give
great.
Sanders a different holiday and make this Mako's Christmas.
Mako's
next year.
exotic Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm
Mako's
okay with
Merry
it.
Christmas.
Mako's Merry Christmas.
Merry Exotic.
We're
But
gonna
only
we're
if
gonna
you
get
want
to
to.
so
Yes.
In parentheses.
Christmas, but only if you want to.
or
I like
whatever it is you celebrate.
Mako's consensual Christmas. We've got next.
There you go. Boom.
We got you know,
Smokey,
since-
go ahead and start making that graphic for next year.
I
I'm
feel
sorry,
like
Smokey.
we you guys like when you guys had the meeting without I was disappearing and you had to and we said we were going a different direction. I just feel like that's what it feels like. I feel like finally the thing
Finally, Mako
It's-
gets an
it's off.
exotic Christmas.
it's off.
calendar.
I don't feel like we have like I don't know. I don't feel like we're censored anymore. I feel like we finally like got that off and we're just like we can do what we
man.
want when we want.
Yeah,
Let's have
we were
fun.
talking about we were talking about different censoring though. There, Mako. We were talking about
Talking about your blow
sex
up dolls.
Hey, it gets cold outside.
Maybe.
I don't have my dogs anymore,
Man.
man. I get really lonely.
Okay.
Oh,
can we go
everybody got
to-
sad. Everybody got so
No,
sad.
nobody got sad.
Nobody got sad.
Nobody got sad. The implication of now you have a blow up doll because you don't have dogs anymore.
Yeah, they cuddle. They cuddle. You don't
We are
have
going to get
cuddle.
thrown off this website for
Okay,
PETA.
okay.
Hey, I will not touch my animals.
So
I cuddle with my
let's-
dogs.
Let's have this conversation real quick because
No, there's no conversation. Everybody be quiet for a moment. No, it's not.
Thank you.
Bruce Willis has
Mako,
spoken.
did
He said
you-
it's
did
not. It
you-
means it's not.
Yeah, but Bruce Willis was egotistical. No, because Bruce Willis said it's a Bruce. He said it's a Bruce Willis. He said because I'm Bruce Willis.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not fair. No. He was making a point because he's Bruce Willis. But that I don't care about. That's a Christmas movie.
I don't care who was the star of the
there's-
movie.
there's your
His
answer.
opinion doesn't matter.
It wasn't
There's-
supposed to be a Christmas movie. We made it one. That's what the whole point of it is. It's not a Christmas movie. The world made it one, and that's okay with me.
Christmas Vacation is the only Christmas movie. So
Well, that's a good one too. But I made Trading Places a Christmas movie. I love Christmas. You get to see Jamie
Oh,
Lee
we watch
Curtis
that.
and
We
boobies.
watch that every year. We're going
Yeah.
to watch that after this podcast is over. as a
Curtis
matter of
Curtis
fact.
comes out. She comes out fully. When I was a kid, that was thank you, Miss Jamie Lee, because that was one of the first pair I ever.
Wait a minute. Smokey said he's working on something. Oh,
Oh,
there it is.
whoa.
Official on your
Smokey's quick
screen.
on it too.
If you're on audio only, Smokey has put it on the screen. Die Hard is not a Christmas movie, and he
I'm
even put
okay
an
with
exclamation point at the end, which means he's pretty hot about it. So.
When Smokey uses punctuation,
I have
it's
other
pretty important.
favorites. I have Love Actually. I have Trading Places. I mean, I don't.
Okay,
Die Hard was.
we're gonna. Can we get into nominations? I've been excited about this all night, and been mainly excited because I want to watch Scott.
nomination.
Huh?
Smokey said this looks like it should be a movie called Bottom Gun.
Okay. Smokey, get that on the screen. CC, wake up! You're supposed to be watching this.
Wow.
stuff.
You could ride my coattails.
Oh man.
Damn. Your tag was out, Zanders. Your tag was
I feel like it.
out.
I felt like it, man.
He
I
was
don't
definitely
under-
out after that, but
Oh, come on.
Merry Christmas.
And we don't need
All
help from the comments either. There's Jay Griffin. We do a problem. See, look how happy I look there and not miserable because I had a shaved head. I'm going to blame that on the shaved head. That's why that picture.
Blame it up, man. Blame it
Fair
up.
enough.
All right, Scott.
So
wait,
we're gonna
what
go
do we
with
do?
that. We're gonna go straight into it.
Wait, I
What?
mean,
It's
so
6:19,
real
what we
quick,
doing?
I'll do this. I'm sorry. We're going to have a year-end awards. We're going to make this more of an official thing. We've been, I'm trying to lean a bit more into journalism with our takes on some of the wrestling stuff that's going on around
Big
the
word.
state and around the Southeast. And we even talk a little bit about, national stuff. So we're going to do an award thing because that's logical. Everybody likes an awards.
Can I comment on that?
I'll be there
Because
for you.
because we all talked about this, and
Yeah.
so many of the awards that are around are all about who can steer the most people towards sending in, hey, nominate me, or hey, go vote, go vote, go vote, go vote. And it just becomes a popularity contest. It doesn't really become about who's the best. So we have developed a system. We have a super duper double kayfabe. What would you want to call them, Zanders?
Like trustees? Do you want to call them like trustees? Like
Yeah, something like that, because they're not divulging to anyone.
No.
So that way they can't be infiltrated. We don't even know exactly who they are. We had a friend, a trusted friend of ours, went out and recruited this team of trustees, as Zanders put it, to decide on these awards that Zanders is fixing to announce. And so it's not going to be whoever can develop the most, votes on social media. It's going to be a team of experts are going to decide this.
It's unfair to everybody.
I don't know about anybody else, but I'm pretty excited about it.
Mako, real quick, you didn't even get an honorable mention at the show.
What are you talking? I won all the awards.
Huh?
They already called me and told me I was excluded because if I do that, then I just win everything. So they told me I couldn't be in it.
Okay, I'm glad
you didn't get that call. You didn't get that call.
They didn't send that to me at all.
Oh, okay. See, I see how it is.
So
I'm sorry that I'm liked.
So we're going to do a little bit of this on the fly because, of course, it's Christmas and we're all over the place around here. Scotty's going to make the thing. He's been doing another secret thing is I was trying to get Shane Knowles on here to make him do some readings of this stupid stuff to make him be Scott Morgan for the evening. But, of course, he does like most Shane's do and, no showed and just stop talking. So
is that a thing between us? Like, is that what Shane's do?
It looks that way, but
I thought it was a Mako thing.
Speculation.
No, it's definitely not just a Mako thing. Speculation.
See, I can't even be special when it comes to not being around. God.
So Scott, start from I would start from the bottom up because the bottom one's an obvious.
You would start from the bottom up.
Hey,
okay, I'll start from the bottom up. Okay,
there you go, Scott.
Yeah,
thank you. Get on in there, Scott. Get all.
I got you. All right.
So wait. Right. You start from wherever you want to and go wherever you want to. How about that? Oh no, he's gonna have.
Oh man, your mic is poo.
This is only good news is this is only gonna be an 8-minute bit. So
worst microphone award goes to Scott E. Morgan. Let's just go ahead and crown that one now.
Instead of a pin, you should have got a
right when you get your moment. That's a Scott award. Your moment,
Scott,
and
we'll
blow
cover
it.
for you. You just go ahead and do what you need to do.
Is it a wiring issue? Like maybe if you wiggle your wire?
I don't think that's always.
I like that term. I like that. Mine's the wiggle wire. It comes out of this side, and I have to wiggle.
You're gonna brand that.
Am I there?
Gene, real quick, if my mom's listening, don't listen to this. We're gonna brand fuckery for Gene. So
tomfoolery.
Yeah, fuckery.
All right, can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can.
Malarkey. This is malarkey.
You can put them together. You can put them together, and it can be tomfuckery.
Tomfuckery. I'm cool with that too. Scott,
are
you
Tom
ready?
out of this?
I am ready. If you guys can hear me, I am ready.
We are hearing you. No, Gene, we can hear you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's some of our first Cheap Heat TV awards. Ooh. The first award is a Zander's Award, aka Foot and Mouth Award. And it will be the nominations for this are Hunter Drake, Delbert, and the Bun.
Oh, that's a tough one.
The Bun has been a long hang on. So we'll discuss through this pretty quickly.
We'll break it down.
Well, the Bun has been long-standing foot and mouth kind of guy.
Yeah, big foot and mouth. I've been there for a couple of years.
He's kind of known for that, honestly.
Yeah, and I guess Dilbert's new on the scene, but he seems to do a pretty good job of it himself.
I don't think he does it to the extent that. But how are we looking at this? Because Christian, man, whoa, good lose.
Well, I mean, if to the extent of Hunter Drake puts his foot in his mouth, it seems.
I like that we have a variety because I like that some of us kind of know because Hunter I'm not really that familiar with. I just kind of see some of the stuff.
Yeah, I know he puts his foot in his mouth and all.
Delbert,
or he'll delete it if he never gets it too deep.
That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean. Like I said at the beginning of the show, we include everybody. We don't exclude anybody, so everybody's included into the awards.
Yeah.
A lot of thought process went into it. All right. So our next award is least likely to use PED.
Ooh.
The nominees are.
What's PED?
Huh?
What's PED?
Scott, keep going.
Keep going. All right. Our nominees are Brett, the Gun Show, Michaels.
Ooh, congrats! I guess we need claps. Smokey, can you get on some claps? That'd be a. Hang on, keep going, Scott. I'm ready.
Oh,
The next nominee is Danny Dollar.
Hey!
Okay, I know what it must be now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And our third nominee for that role for this award would be Bryce Dancy.
Hey!
Fancy Dancy.
Fancy Dancy. Gene.
hey, I beat that guy.
All right.
Scott, Gene, you were part of that beatdown. You don't know who Fancy Dancy is?
I know who he is. I just I'd never assumed that he was on. You know.
Well, that's why he's part of
It
the
is at least
conversation.
likely to use. There
Yeah.
it is. All right.
Yeah,
there you
I
go.
guess we'll find out who the winner is.
I'm just
All
saying,
right,
if he wins
Yeah,
that
I mean-
award, bullshit. If he doesn't, then we know he cheated. I told you
It's
he's
a
a
tough
cheater.
contest right there. Okay, moving
All right. The next award, guys, is going to the best/worst promo.
Ooh.
And our nominees are
Yeah,
AWOL,
Oh,
that
sorry.
dude's a genius. We're just not ready for his genius yet.
Rockchild,
Rodney Rockchild of Newsfeld. Oh, my God.
and Dirty from OWO.
Dude, all the way
Loader,
over in
boss
Mississippi.
man.
Mississippi
The
guy.
big boss man, Dirty man. Him on.
So, yes,
him on-
these
his
awards will
promo-
cross state lines.
Oh yeah, they know no bounds. This is nationwide. This could be international. I mean, Curry Kid could be making an appearance. I wouldn't think so.
I'm
But,
confused.
like, Curry Kid was a wrestler from Georgia. He moved to Japan or China.
I like Curry too.
Okay. Not that
Steph Curry, the Curry that goes in your
No.
mouth.
All right, guys. Mako, you're going to love this next one. All right, here we go. This is going to be the award for the most nicknames. This is the Mako Award.
Ooh.
All right, and our nominees are James Hardy,
Whoa.
He has a
He
lot.
does.
Marco,
Oh, yeah.
That dude got a lot of. He got a lot of. I don't know. If
you
he
got a lot of
nicknames,
nicknames,
man.
yeah.
He got a lot of
And
personality.
And last but not least, Damian Seratone.
Oh
Oh
man,
my God.
yeah, I hate.
Hey man,
I'm not gonna lie. That his not only does he doesn't have a lot, but he has long ones, man. Like
Yeah,
long.
long.
It's like of the 18 of 93, the championship, the gold, and you're like, good God, dude, that's one name. Get out
the
of here.
good thing about the bad thing about Damian is you never know which one you're going to get. So you may get your ass whipped, you may get a dance. You just never know, man.
Yeah.
I always
It
wish
all-
Damian,
It all depends on the nickname he's coming out with.
well, it doesn't
All
matter.
right.
He just.
All right, this next one, I know I got a guy out there. He's gonna be paying attention to this one very close. So the
He's
next
one of
award
our
is,
six. He's one of our six. Obviously.
oh maybe,
Naturally.
maybe.
Everyone.
So the next award is going to the best and worst wig.
Oh.
Oh.
Yes,
And the
that's-
nominees are Dustin Starr,
Mm.
Hey.
oh Memphis Wrestling's own.
I ain't been in this business.
Oh my.
long.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
All
right.
Loki, come
All
on,
right.
man. Take it easy.
Next one will be James Hardy.
Oh my gosh.
James
Okay.
making a run.
All right.
James
All
making
right.
a run.
All right.
James is gonna to sweep, dude. Triple
And our
crown.
third and final nominee for that award will be Whitey Jenkins.
Oh,
He wears a wig? I had no idea.
Dude, I don't know, but I am curious to find out.
Okay,
He
so
claims
there's
everybody
allegations.
does.
somebody.
He
There's
claims-
allegations.
Yeah. He
From-
claims everybody does. So
Well, so
I
don't.
Gross Joey always says that he does, but
Oh, well.
that's neither here nor
He's an
there.
authority. And see,
Yeah,
none,
he
and
is.
I'll mention too that none of the EPW people are watching live tonight because they have a show going on.
Oh
So
yeah,
they'll-
shout out to
they'll
EPW
see us
guys.
after
Yeah,
the
catch
fact.
us on the backside and
That ladder match going ways.
Was it a theme we got going tonight? What is happening?
exotic Christmas.
What happened?
all right,
Who touched
all right,
it?
guys. All right, this next one. This
I
next
agree,
one
Jay
is-
Griffin. You're exactly right.
Gene, you seem kind of like what is an explainist? I guess it would be an explainist. What's the term I'm looking for?
Use your words, Anders. I don't think that's.
Oh, Mako, don't you dare get me started.
Explain us.
All right, keep going. Man, that was
All
right.
right, guys.
That's
The
on my
next,
res-
the next
resume.
award. The next award, and
next
Mako, listen carefully to this one. You'll love the nominees. The next award is going to the best jobber.
Ooh, that's a pretty.
Hey, hold on.
All
Did
right.
Triple H okay this? Is like WWE okay with us using
We-
that term?
we
I thought that
have-
term was gone.
We have verified we are allowed
No,
to use
so
this verbiage.
little secret. Noah Tall has a lot of connections with WWE people. They read a lot of the stuff he writes
Okay.
about on his
Uh-huh.
stuff, and he's got a
Uh-huh.
lot of authority. So Smokey went through that connection to make sure that this is like our high ranking.
I love a
There's
jobber.
only-
I like the term.
Yeah, there's only like what 2 or 3 awards after this. This is like WrestleMania semi-main.
I don't want to be a performance enhancement or whatever that thing is.
Performance.
All right. So our first nominee for this award will go to Super Chicken.
Hey, super chicken, man.
Zander's lost to that jobber, by the way.
Well, it was.
So speaking
hey,
of jobbers, number
though,
two.
aren't I? Huh?
Number 2, our nominee for this award is Zander's Anytime He Wrestles Brett Michaels.
Oh,
Not real happy with that answer. All right, so get a little long on the
tough
applause.
competition.
That crowd. Woo!
That's the.
Well,
Yeah.
The crowd's leaning into this one.
Man.
Hey, I think Zander's may take this one by
This,
landslide.
if this was a popularity vote, I
unanimous.
think he'd already have it.
I was about to say the chat would be going wild if this
The
was
most
a
unanimous.
All right,
Almost called for
number
encore
3.
there.
Number 3, the third nominee for Best Jobber goes to our very own Shane Mako from Pro.
Hey! I'm glad to be nominated. I like. You know what? I have a speech prepared for this because I always prepare for these moments. Thank you, and I
mean,
accept
for
this
longevity,
correctly.
yes,
I have the
Xander's
greatest
has
jobber.
jobbed to Zander. I mean, Xander's has jobbed to Brett Michaels a lot. Super Chicken has jobbed quite a few times, but I mean,
Except for me.
Shane Mako has had a stretch of jobs on Pro South for what,
That
a good 2
mirrors
years now.
no one.
I mean,
That mirrors no
did you
one in
ever
this
did you
industry.
ever win a match in Pro South?
Yeah, it's been a long time, man. It's been a
No,
long
you
time.
won.
since I remember.
I'm pretty sure you beat a retired wrestler right
Well,
now.
you know, that's the
Oh,
whole
that
thing.
would
Is,
be wild.
I think they kind of knew. They knew that Mako, he has an ego like the size of Gibraltar, so it doesn't matter win, lose, draw, whatever. I always feel like I'm winning. I win at life, man. So I never even knew it. Like when I left, I was always like, man, good job, thanks for the win, And they were like, doesn't he know?
Your last victory would have been against Ace Haven when you beat him, man.
I always
that
beat
would've-
Ace. I'm undefeated.
Oh, that's
against Ace,
that's
by
when
the way.
everybody
That
in the
would've
Violent
been those
Gentlemen beat
last-
Ace Haven.
Yeah, everybody consecutively.
Oh,
Bang,
by the
bang,
way,
bang,
since
and
we
he quit.
mentioned him,
Got
since we
hurt.
mentioned him, and I know, but hey, I just wish him well because I know he's
Yeah,
going
of
through.
course,
So I
yes.
just want to throw that out there. No,
Best
Well,
wishes to
wishes,
Ace
hey.
I know
Haven.
I've been busy. I don't do the whole social media thing, so I just want to go ahead and say
Yeah. Well,
best wishes. Get well soon.
All right, so we
All right.
are we pushing on?
We're not done. We're not done. We got
Yeah.
more coming. So our next Cheap Heat TV award will be going to the worst retirement.
Whoa.
And
Is
listen to
anybody
the
really
nominee.
retired?
It's going to be some stiff competition right here.
There'll be some stiff competition to come from this year.
Is
So
anybody
please
retired?
listen to the nominees. Our first nominee will be going to Callan J.
Colin.
Who's that? Oh, that's the level.
The trickster.
The level.
Oh,
Put it
yeah,
in
new
you
level guy.
all-
New level
like
guy.
all
new
the
level
rest
guy.
of the show.
Our next nominee will be going to James Hardy. We wish.
Wow,
Thank you,
Smokey
yes.
snuck that one in there.
How did
didn't
he not make the job or whatever?
Well, he kind of did.
Smokey snuck that in there. If you
Man,
didn't hear.
that was weird. I didn't expect that name to come up, man. I'm just reading the teleprompter.
Did he retire?
To be fair, Smokey
Well,
did
I
an
mean, that's how you
entire-
get worse. That's how you get voted worst retirements when you don't retire. You just keep.
Oh, you should. Okay.
Well, so like
I'm
and
assuming.
Smokey-
I mean, that because that's how. What was it, Callan J, as you put it?
That's how that one started. Well,
He
it-
retired and then immediately retired again at the next show, and then immediately was wrestling at the next show. So
It's hard, man. It's hard. Once
And I do if my memory's right, I think James Hardy has something to do with that. So I guess that comes back to the
Ooh,
wee.
Yeah.
he's in here.
So,
twice.
so all right.
somebody's doing that.
But the third nominee, guys, is going to the Donnie Primetime Janela.
whoa.
He
Donnie
also
Janela
that,
time. That's
hey,
exciting.
congratulations!
Whoa.
I know he's been on here a couple of times, Dean, and y'all have always had a sorry. Smokey, get on it.
Yeah, I used to think me and him got along pretty good, but
Yeah, man.
we'll
he
touch
used
on
to
that
come
more
on
later.
this. He used to
All
be
right.
fine. Well, he's nominated,
Hey, no ill will.
so he's not forgotten.
I'm
Oh,
glad
yeah,
he got
I mean-
it in there.
I mean,
Keep wrestling. I didn't know he retired. I didn't
That's
know
gonna
He
be
did
that's gonna be
retire.
some pretty
Well,
stiff
he did
competition there
retire.
between
It
Donnie
is.
Janela time and Callan J.
I mean, you say that, but Gene Jackson, let me say this. Our next award is going to be the hardest one to pick. I guarantee it. It's going to be my favorite one to figure out who wins.
Ooh,
And it will be for the loudest commentator.
Oh my!
All right.
I hope I didn't get knocked into that one.
No, we couldn't put you on there because you only commentate while you sit down. So, anyway.
These are outstanding commentators.
Outstanding commentator. So, our first nominee is Mr. Noah Howell.
Oh,
that's an obvious.
Hey,
that's an
that's a
obvious
win.
choice.
Hey, go
That's a
ahead. You go
front
ahead.
runner.
Yeah, go ahead. And
My God.
They
just
call
stop
that
it.
they call that the front runner.
That's
the
unanimous. That's a
horse.
unanimous there. Yeah. There's
You
nobody-
say front runner. You
He
say
was
front
this
runner.
close. He was this close to an aneurysm when Orion Bishop walked through that curtain at our last Pro South show. I literally thought I was going to watch a man die.
Now look, guys. This thought process y'all have
hear
going
him
right now. Y'all think he's got this by a landslide, but here, listen to this next nominee. Our second nominee for this award is the Wicked Nemesis while on a bender.
Wow.
That's a game changer right
It's
there.
got to be while he's on a bender.
All right. Okay.
The crowd is out of control for that.
I'm telling you.
And I will tell you this. He may not always crank the volume up, but on a bender and he's watching a Shane Mako match, you're talking 100% turned up. That man, boy, does he love a Mako.
I've seen him drop more F-bombs than a Kinsey Page promo. All right, keep going.
Okay. All right. And our third nominee for this award, it goes to, oh my gosh, he's back again, Mr. James Hardy. For another nomination. Thank you, James. Look at that.
James Hardy is like the Kevin Bacon of the Cheap Heat Awards. Like every nomination somehow links back to him, whether he's nominated or not.
Well, he's bound to win one of them. He's gonna win one of them. So are we gonna go to commercial before the last one?
He would have to.
Can we go to commercial and then come back with the last one and then go into Gene Slobber and Tom Clobbering?
Hold on, Purdue. Smokey.
Slobbering time.
Oh wow, Smokey's in Purdue's.
Yeah. So we are going to go to commercial before we do our last award for nominees.
I would really enjoy if you sent me that, Smokey, instead of talking.
Yes, folks, it's back again, the Whitey Jenkins Show with your host, Whitey Jenkins, as he's now joined by his cousin, Delbert Jenkins, and they've got their own podcast, and they'll be talking about wrestling, as they call it, and God knows what else. Make sure you join them each and every episode. You never know what's going to happen. You never know when they're going to have a special guest, but you know it's going to be trashy. Join them for the Whitey Jenkins Show at whiteyjenkins.com.
Hey guys, this is Wolfie D from PG-13. Check out my podcast, Live and in Color with Wolfie D, every Monday at noon. We're talking Memphis, we're talking ECW, WCW, WWF, everywhere that I've been. We even have some great guests, some Hall of Famers on the show with us. Every Monday at noon, Live and in Color with Wolfie D.
You like barbecue? Well, of course you do, unless you're some kind of weirdo or wasn't raised right. So if you want to get some of the best barbecue around, check out P3 Barbecue. Our buddy David Estes does it up right. He'll be glad to cater your next event or just send you some of his award-winning sauce right there to your own doorstep. Go over and check them out on the Facebooks at facebook.com/P3 Barbecue or give old David a call at 901-679-3452 and tell him Whitey Jenkins sent you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling, the podcast that's based on the old school, but can still help you find the good stuff from today. Dangerous Dan Colley, the Professor Jimmy Street, and the Plastic Sheik Jared are the undisputed six-man tag team champions of the wrestling podcast world. From thought-provoking topics to superstar interviews to action figure expertise. This trio does it all, and all they ask is, give me back my pro wrestling! Every other Thursday, wherever you listen to podcasts.
Get ready to get inspired. It's Zander's Inspirational Podcast, the brand new podcast with upbeat Zanders, as he has one-on-one podcast sessions that both inspire and inform. Check it out as Zanders has a one-on-one interview with some of your favorite people in and out of the professional wrestling business. Give it a listen on CheapHeatTVLive.com. Join me, Gene Jackson, for the Jackson Interaction Podcast, where I'll be doing one-on-one interviews with people from the world of professional wrestling, as well as stand-up comedy. You can get them anywhere podcasts are available in both video and audio form, but you can find them all at GeneJacksonPod.com.
All right, so real quick before we get back into this on the other side of Cheap Heat TV, we're going to make sure everyone knows what next Saturday? You're going to be in Gadsden. Next Sunday?
In Gadsden.
Well, you've got a comedy.
Anniston. It's Anniston.
No, Waddy's got a big comedy gimmick, doesn't he?
Waddy's got a show in Anniston
on
New Year's Eve.
I got to look on my wire.
That's what, next Saturday?
Next Saturday, yeah, man.
Yes.
Me and Scott are going to be down there for sure.
We are going.
Well,
Yep.
I may have to go if y'all are going. Then we'll see.
Ooh. Think y'all get a picture of Waddy?
Maybe he'll give us our shirts. So he forgot to send us.
Maybe want to show it, give it to y'all in person.
He probably sent us like that.
Delbert.
Delbert's going to be on
stage.
Delbert's going to be on stage doing an
I
ad.
reached out to Whitey and asked him, "Do you think that was wise?" And Whitey said he didn't care. He said,
Wise
"Worse
and
color
Whitey.
looks, the better he looks." So
He
he actually has a strategy here. So
well, he left me on red, and I think he laughed at
it. Again.
I think he laughed at us, or laughed at me asking that. So that
probably because you're always talking about not having on the show. I mean, I'm sure he does.
Well, yeah, he's
got reason. He's got reason.
Okay, so can we go ahead and do the number one award, like the biggest?
We can. We can go straight into it.
Picture. Hang on, Smokey. Do you want to get us like a drum roll or something nice? And
I was told that this award would be representing and being awarded by our own King of Wrestling Media, Gene Jackson.
Whoa, to their door.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, this award is going to the King of the South. This is the King of the South award, and our nominees are Ace Haven. Naturally. I mean, like, come on. How do you have this award and not have him as a nominee?
Rough year wrestling wise, but we don't really care about the actual wrestling.
All right. Our next nominee is
he's already the king of it.
Donnie Primetime Janela.
Oh, you got the Janela in there.
Is that why they argue so much?
Probably.
Oh yeah, obviously. I mean,
well, they were. Long story short, Ace trained Donnie. Sorry.
Oh my gosh, and guys! This is the only award that we will have where we have 4 nominations.
Oh,
what?
As we had a tie for getting both of these gentlemen in this rank.
They're ranked
this
third.
Award.
They have a chance to win. Got it.
All right. First is our very own Daniel Perez.
Oh my God, the pickup artist himself.
First off,
you could be up.
So anyway, so let's get back to the last one.
Technical difficulties here.
Smokey, unmute him. And Mako, he's going to unmute you. We got to go to the next one. All right, go ahead.
And our fourth and final nominee for this award is James Hardy. Once again, welcome. Good job, James.
Got the fan vote in there. I mean, Smokey must have felt bad for him.
Wouldn't it be wild if James Hardy swept all the awards he was nominated for?
I mean, he might as well get an award for most nominations at this point.
Well, yeah. I mean, next year he'll get a special award for most nominations and possibly most wins. Quite frankly, I mean,
maybe we'll get him to do an acceptance speech at the speech at the end of the podcast.
So, ladies and gentlemen, those do conclude our CheapHeatTV awards.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Those are our nominees for the next week's reveal of our winners.
Yeah, we're gonna
those are the fun awards. We've got.
Well, we're gonna do
some other awards next week. We'll reveal those next week. But
next week is New Year's Day show.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
You can be hungover.
There it is, right there.
Hey.
Episode number 78, New Year's award show. Smokey is all over it. Look at that. You got Roxy and Cece and Benny are on there.
Do you doing comedy? You look so angry in that one.
I'm always angry. Yeah.
Those were a long time ago. That was like a lifetime ago.
There you go, man. Come on, dude. You gotta get it together. All right, Gene. So, I mean, all right. So this is it. Do I need to get the drum?
The moment. This is the moment.
Do we all need to just take a moment to just soak all the anticipation in? Because if you want me to set it up a little bit,
by all means, have at it.
People who don't really follow us much on social media, or maybe even listen to the show that much, we've apparently had an on-running beef that we didn't know existed between us and New South. That they just one gentleman wanted to comment
not just New South, very specifically
Dom Sanders. That he had to make a unbelievable comment that was just apparently accurate, because why would he lie like he's lied to so many people in the past about so much other nonsense that has to do with pro wrestling. But he made it. He went out of his way to let all of the dumpanautes, or whatever the hell he calls his fans, that he was being attacked. So we do apologize. Maybe do you want to apologize, or like?
I mean, if that's how you felt, then go ahead. Well, by all means, we apologize if that's how you felt. But I don't know if that was true or not. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't think any of that was true. So.
Hold on.
Okay.
Don't get Mako wound up just yet.
Yeah,
It ain't gonna be me doing the talking. It's gonna be my
Go
friend.
for it.
Oh.
Go for it, Gene. You go for it.
I'll go ahead
You
and
go
apologize
first.
now if we go over on time tonight because I've got
Probably.
some things to say and I don't know what all Mako's going to say. I could go on a while.
It's the way it's looking. You might leave.
Okay, so I don't even really know where to begin with this because I have a lot I want to say about a lot of things that were said. So last week, we reviewed a promo that New South had put out on social media. It had been shared around. It wasn't like we went and dug it out of the archive somewhere. It was shared around on social media. And I'll just completely transparent here. I saw it, was dumbfounded by it. Sent a link to Zander's. He saw it, was equally dumbfounded. And that's kind of where it started. And we had a discussion off the air about, do we even want to talk about this on the show? Because of it got the exact response we knew that it would. And that's why the big preamble I gave last week before we even talked about it is the fact that we haven't talked about New South on this show for almost 2 years, other than to promote them when we had people on like Rhino, like Derek Neal, like Cabana Man Dan, different people. We had them on. We promoted their show. We didn't say anything bad about them. The name Dump Sanders has barely been spoken on this show. Yeah. And it isn't because we have this secret society and we have these support group meetings every week, be it podcast shows or otherwise. It's because we really just don't give a fuck about the dude and don't think he deserves the time, honestly. But so we talked about that promo last week.
Which had
not
nothing
directed
to do
at
with
him. Yeah, not directed at him. We didn't mention his name. We just talked about. We showed the promo. We talked about what we found to be issues with the promo. We talked about the fact that New South has always presented themselves as a family show, and then now they're doing this, and just presented the question to the viewers. You know, we didn't like it. What do you think? In the days following that, I had a friend, and I'm not going to bury them by saying who they are and dragging them into this, but he sent me a screenshot of a big post where Dump, like he does, goes on social media and posts as if he's coming from some big moral high ground, looking down on everyone else and commenting on things. So something had happened in a promotion somewhere in Alabama, and he felt the need to comment on it. And then in that post, he said, you can always feel safe bringing your family to New South because we're a family show. And if anyone ever said anything out of the way on my show, they would be gone. So I shared that screenshot because to me, it seemed like a valid question based on the promo we had just reviewed on our show. And then all hell broke loose. Okay. First one to the party. This guy right here, Hunter Drake, shows up and tells us how we should just shut the fuck up and let them wrestle and have fun and do what they want to do.
Please do.
And that we have we're Alabama shit hooks and we don't have any right to be talking about to criticize their show. And it was a shame that he had to come on my post and talk to us about how to be men. Okay, first of all, you look at the guy on your screen. If you're watching the video, look at this clown on your screen right now. If you're listening to audio, it's worth finding the video to see this. This guy who looks like he is waiting on a money shot in a gay porno is going to come on and tell anybody about how to be a man.
Y'all don't open up the floodgates, brother.
He's going to come on and call somebody an Alabama shit hook because, quote, his resume speaks for itself. Now,
you show me a show that he hasn't been on without Kenzie.
So I laid into him pretty good in the comments. And you know what? Here's the thing. I'm not even mad at that kid. You know what? He was defending his little girlfriend. I'm sure he felt that he had to do so. So you know what? I ain't even mad about it. And you know, I'm also not mad about it. He went back and deleted it 30 minutes later. So he obviously didn't feel too strongly about it, or he would still be there.
It probably wasn't even because he was a coward. He probably got told that somebody smart came in and was like, they're probably just doing their jobs. Like, did they mention?
Yes, because Kerry Awful, under his shoot name, came in. So I made another post being a smart ass, posting that, that a famous wrestler, because he was talking about her having a contract. That's been the big talk is she has a contract. Because, you know, even in her own promo, That big ass gaudy belt she carries around doesn't mean anything. The fact she won the Hall tournament doesn't mean anything. It's the fact she has an NWA contract. That's the only thing that means anything. All this New South shit doesn't matter. That's her stance, not ours. So I made a smart ass joke and a post about how I got told off by a big wrestling star's boyfriend.
Nice.
Well, I'm at work and I'm getting bombarded with all these people going, who? And I'm like, they're in the comments. And they're like, no, there's nothing there. And I realized this asshole's went and deleted all of it. So I just deleted that post because I didn't have the time to be getting asked 1,000 times.
Them jobs like men.
Yeah, about because everybody's like, was it Lacey Evans? Like, why the fuck would I be talking to Lacey Evans? Like,
that would be me.
Maybe that would be Mako. That would be me. Maybe that's what he thought about.
So, all right. So back to the narrative here. So then the almighty himself, the old dumpster fire, decides he's going to weigh in on this. So I'm going to put it on the screen. You probably can't see it. It's as far as I know, from what I'm told, it's still on his page.
Probably take it down after this.
This is his words. This is Gene. Are you going to read it out for us?
If you don't read it, the part that's important though, Gene, you know the part, the A, B, C, that part. I just want that said because that's the part that got
I'm
in
going to skim through it here. So Dump Sanders, who doesn't have time for all this, we're not worth this time, but yet he proceeds to write this big long diatribe. So Dump Sanders says, now bear in mind before I read this is because we reviewed a promo that they shared publicly. And we reviewed it on our show. Now, they're a big-time wrestling promotion. They're a huge deal because, obviously, we're all just jealous shit hooks that are in our feelings because
I don't know what the hell
we can't get booked on New South, even though we haven't tried to get booked on New South. When grown men cry and pout on social media because they're so butthurt, they act like you were their girlfriend that broke up with them, and they just can't seem to get over it and keep your name out of their mouth. Okay, we'll stop there. We'll review this point by point. First of all, for you to make an analogy about girlfriends, to know anything about breaking up with a girlfriend, you've had to have a girlfriend, which from what I understand, you haven't had very many. Now, if you want to make an analogy that maybe you could relate to, maybe make an analogy about, it's like when you book a female and then you find out they're not going to hook up with you, so you stop booking them, and then they're bitter about it. Maybe that would be a little better analogy for a
little closer to home.
That'd make a little more sense. As far as the can't keep your name out of we never mentioned your name. Yes, I shared that. I shared a post that someone sent me from your Facebook where you called it a family show. Yes, I did share that, but we never uttered your fucking name on the show and really didn't have any intention to. No. Moving on, you are welcome for material to make you any kind of relevant for your podcast that's like six dumbasses may listen to it because they want to be in the I Hate New South I Hate Dump Sanders Club.
Real quick, if we got the I Hate Dump Sanders Club just to watch this show, we wouldn't be talking about you because we would be far more successful.
Yeah,
I mean, there's stuff that matters.
There's way more people that hate you. And
we would have
way
more content. We would have a way. Yeah, trust me, dude.
We're gonna get through this and then back up and talk about some of this stuff. Because I promise you, I don't think about you. I will never do a group therapy podcast to talk about the bad man who did me wrong so I can feel like I don't suck. I stay in my lane and worry about my people.
Do you?
Okay. So that's what this show, we've been doing the show for 2 years. We didn't bring up New South until last week, but this show has been a weekly. The ego on this guy, and here's the thing, if you're friends with Dump Sanders on Facebook, I'm not anymore. He finally deleted me a while back, which I considered an accomplishment. If you're friends with Dump Sanders, then you know that one of the most amazing things about this guy is how he can simultaneously come off like the most egotistical piece of shit you've ever heard of, while also simultaneously seeming pathetic as fuck. I don't even know how you manage to do that. It seems like you have this huge ego, but still seem completely fucking pathetic.
He's got that victim. He's got that victim mentality now. He's got that. Oh, they're bullying me, but yet at the same time, I'm bullying them. He's sneaky as hell, man.
Now, the thing I'm about to read right now, I want you to pay attention to this because if you read it for what it's worth, and he's such a man of his word and he means what he says, this isn't just a shot at the 4 people on the screen right now. This is a shot at any professional wrestler who does not currently work for New South. And
Watch your words, Mr.
listen to what I read and tell me if I'm lying about that. Last time I say this, if someone doesn't work for New South, it's either A, they're not what we're looking for, B, you are not a good performer, or / and most importantly, you are a shitty human being. So, if you're a professional wrestler and you don't currently work for New South, you fall in one of those 3 categories. Either you're not what they're looking for, and if you want to know what they're looking for, they're looking for guys like this right here.
I'm not what they're looking for.
So
what they're looking
if you're not
for.
what you're looking for, if you're not what they're looking for, then maybe that's good. Maybe that's not a bad thing. Or you're not a good performer. All right, watch some of their more recent shows. Draw your own conclusions, okay? C, you are, and let me read that again. I want to make sure I read it correctly.
Yeah,
you are a shitty human being. So if you don't wrestle for New South, anybody right now, John Cena's a shitty human being, and he's not what they're looking
maybe
for.
They're not. I was about to say maybe they're not looking for.
Maybe he's a poor worker. Maybe Cena falls in the poor worker category.
Maybe he checks all 3 boxes there.
Maybe not a great. You could be in.
Scott, you got a comment?
I'm all 3. I'm just going to.
Okay, that seems about right.
It's good to be honest with
I was a shitty human being before I ever mentioned his name or showed his promo. So I mean, it's just good to know that's the reason why I was.
So wrapping this up, this is the last time I'm even going to address this. Jealousy doesn't look good on anyone. I don't want any hateful comments because I'm over this. Read this and move on. Your family-friendly neighborhood dumpster fire. Dumpster bear. So, the ego on this guy is just absolutely amazing. And so here's the thing, folks. I'm going to be shocked if he doesn't prove himself to be a liar, because Dump, you're going to see this. I know you're going to see it.
So.
Okay, one of your minions is going to show it to you, and then you're going to feel compelled to comment. You're going to struggle with it because now you're going to look like a colossal liar, but you'll find some loophole in there to have an excuse to come back and address.
He'll get somebody else to post for him. You know that.
I think he should apologize.
Okay, so to address the things you said, this show is all about being jealous that we're not booked for New South. Looking at the current there was a time people wanted to get booked for New South. They had some good talent.
I was there. Me and Scott were both there.
Crowds, there was good talent. Yeah. If you watch the more recent shows, okay, 3 of the guys on this screen actually wrestle. I'm not one of them. Who on the current New South roster, and you ain't got to call any names, but is there anybody right now that you guys are like, oh God, I wish I could get booked so I could work with them?
Do I need to be?
Well, the thing is, it's always been, since I've been in this business, which is very short, Alabama, it's always been, even if I did, it instantly went through because of the environment and just how it's just too much. It was even too much to even think about it. You would look at it and be like, you don't want to get any drama. You didn't want to get in any of that he just started right there with us. That's why I wouldn't be involved in.
Because he does that with everybody.
Yeah, he would not. I got asked.
And this was my next point I was going to make is he has always acted like that New South is on just some other level than all other wrestling, especially in Alabama. But he acts like they're up on a level with WWE, AEW, Impact, even that GCW.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Those promotions have people on podcasts, thousands of podcasts every week that criticize every move they make. They don't address them. They don't care. Yet anybody, whether it's in a random Facebook post or here on a little podcast that allegedly 6 idiots watch, which I find it funny because so many people get upset about things that are said on this podcast that allegedly nobody watches.
If y'all would just listen to it,
so the 6 idiots who watch this show, first of all, thank you, and second of all, just know your opinions mean so much to big time promoters like Dumpster Fire.
We appreciate
because they put a lot of emphasis on it. They put a whole lot of emphasis on it.
But we like everyone that comes on here. Normally, we have a lot of guests that we know, we communicate with, and if whoever you're sending it out to, please personally send it to Dump. You can give them a time.
But my point is if you really did run a high level wrestling promotion that was a big deal, you wouldn't have a fucking meltdown every time somebody criticized it. We didn't say New South is a bad promotion. We
Did
didn't even
anybody ever
say that Dump
respond?
Sanders was a bad promoter. And I'm getting there, Mako. We're getting there. Hold on. We never said anything bad about the promotion. We knocked a promo that you guys put out there. But here's the thing, and this is as Mako just mentioned. So for all the feedback we've gotten from the Hunter Drakes, from the Dump Sanders, from Donnie fucking Janela Time, who we'll talk about in a moment. No one has addressed the promo. No one has defended the promo. No one has addressed it whatsoever. It was all just personal attacks on us to try to devalue anything we say by making us sound like we're just a bunch of jealous assholes who want to be on the show that we spend all our time supposedly knocking the show and its promoter, but yet it's because we want to be on it. But I will say this, and I'm not going to bury the people who said it, but there were people who reached out to us in private messages from both sides of the fence, the yay New South Side, the boo New South Side. But the ones that caught my attention were the ones from the yay New South Side who reached out and said, hey, I didn't think anything y'all said was that bad. I thought it was a fair criticism. It was a legitimate question I asked, and you didn't go over the line personally in saying it. You're just a wrestling podcast that brought up a wrestling topic.
The crowd.
A couple of the people that sent me that, it absolutely floored me. And I'm not going to say any more than that because it might give away who it was, and I'm not going to bury them by saying that. But I was absolutely floored at some of the people that reached out and said, "Hey, I didn't think it was that bad. I don't know why they're getting." He said they're making themselves look ridiculous the way they're reacting, and a bunch of people who never saw it have since. And I can tell you by looking at the downloads because. Most people who make their smart-ass comments are just doing this little eyeball up in the corner, and that's the live viewers. And no, we do not have a lot of live viewers. Most podcasts do not have a lot of live viewers. But I can tell you this, we get a lot of downloads on Spotify and Anchor, and we get a lot of people watching on Facebook. It's not a lot on YouTube. We're still working on developing our YouTube channel. But whenever these guys shined a light on what they tried to be as vague as they could. They didn't mention the name of the podcast. They didn't mention our names. But the downloads and the views spiked because people wanted to see what you're talking about. So I say that to say, please talk about this episode, Dump. Go against your word and run your mouth and talk about what a jealous piece of shit we are. Come on, man. Bring it because you're just helping us, okay? But for not to leave him out, our good buddy, old Prime Time, Donnie Janela Time, whatever. I haven't said a lot to him because me and Donnie's have been friends. I've never really had nothing against Donnie. There's a lot of people that do, and I've always got that. I've understood why people dislike Donnie and why he gets heat with people for the shit he says. But his take on this was, bro, the Alabama shit hooks hating on the outside of the club so hard. They can't touch at New South Pro Wrestling or get booked. So now they want to say we aren't family friendly. No shit. We book at Positive Lee. These dudes out here gathering up like the shit hook Legion of Doom. Fuck out of here.
Very well
I'm not even going to dignify that.
We got out of there. we got out of there a long ass time ago.
I will say this. We are standing outside the club.
Hallelujah.
But we're not jealous, and we're not waiting to get in. We're just here to watch that motherfucker burn. And it's coming. You guys are making it so. There is a time that there was a lot of people jealous of New South. There was a time a lot of people wanted to get booked, but Dump Sanders being such an arrogant fuck all the time has literally changed that for you've got so many people rooting against you. And I'm not going to bury anybody by saying, but just know this, Dump Sanders, okay? And know that I'm telling you the truth. People see through you, and it's even people in your innermost circle, even the people you think that have your back. Guess what? They talk to other people, and most of the stories we know about you, most of the hardcore examples we know that prove you're a piece of shit, come directly from your inner circle. And there's going to come a day when they get enough of turning the other cheek or acting like they don't realize it or being associated with you, and they're going to walk away. And when they do, New South will be dead and gone before anybody knows what happens.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, and at any point, Cheap Heat TV is always open to that broadcast. I wanted to make that real clear earlier during this rant, but anybody who has something negative, he wants us to make this show about him, we'll dedicate 5 minutes for the rest of my life to a week.
Hey,
I have no problem with that. That's what I'm saying.
You want to say
you want
to say we're like a bunch of pissed off ex-girlfriends. We've been nothing like that, dude. We've left you alone for 2 whole years. We haven't said anything about you. We haven't buried your show. But since you went and publicly said that, we're going to show you what that would be like. There's not going to be a Cheap Heat TV that happens from this point on that we don't shit on you. Just we're going to make time for it. We're going to make time.
Reminder.
If you are a wrestler, a fan, and anything involved with wrestling, and you've got a Dump Zander story you want to come here and share, hey, we said we're equal opportunity. If you want to come here and tell what you think is a good Dump Zander story, come on. We're not. But
exactly.
We're gonna share something about you every week, just to let you see this is what it would be like, dude, if we really was even a quarter of what you claim we are. UPBEAT Zanders is sitting on a gold mine of just absolute treasure trove of stories about you that he's been itching to tell for 2 years, and I have held him off, and finally, after your post, I have taken off the reins. He can say whatever he wants, whenever he wants.
We're gonna start that next year. I'm gonna start that next year. Mako, dude. So you really were like hardcore. You don't talk social media. It's about as bad as Scott, and you're really kind of inactive with most of us throughout the week, but you definitely were upset about it. What do you think about all this, for real?
Well, obviously he chimed in on almost all of it. Like, he knows exactly a lot of that. My whole thing is I'm not part of this Alabama thing. I'm not from Alabama. Yes, I wrestle here. Yes, I've done but ever since I've gotten this business, it's been the same thing. Dump is exactly the reason why things can't happen in this state for wrestling. He made that about him. He literally went out there at a no thing and made that moment and took whatever. Like, my whole thing is my first match in this business was at Kenzie Page Father's promotion in KFW. I know her dad. Her dad is a very opinionated guy. I have no beef with him, but he's had good, bad things happen all the time. I have nothing against Kenzie. I was there when she fought Kincaid. It is what it is. I don't have a problem with Cabana Man. That was a moment in their careers that they had something, and it just wasn't well. It wasn't done great. It was just bad. And yes, we said that's all we did. We criticized it. If criticizing things in this business is bad, then we all might as well just shut down and wrestling shouldn't exist anymore, because I can't tell you how many times it's all wrestling is. It's criticize every match. You go out there to strive for perfection, which you cannot attain. That's what makes this business so great. But the thing is that they had one moment that we did all and nobody ever responded to that video. Nobody ever said, hey, well, maybe. No, it just came personally, and they attacked us. They came after us personally. I got called names, which I never called anybody a name in that video. They started talking about Alabama this, Alabama. Oh, what the hell are you talking about? Like, I stay out of all that. And I was like he just said, truffle, whatever, gold stat. Man, I've heard so much shit about you guys, and I don't know any of you personally, none of you guys. But I mean, it's nothing but bad stuff. Nothing. And you tell me one thing you've heard about me that would ever put me in this Dump Sanders fucking, what is it? VIP
Haters
session.
Club.
Yeah, dude, get over yourself. Like, first off, it's like, man, I'm a very, you can ask anybody. I don't know if I have anybody that I've ever had a bad. I go and I do my damn job. I've met Donnie, don't have a problem with him. I've met most of the guys. I've been in a match with him. I like some of these guys. They work well. There's nothing wrong with it. Go do your damn job. That's it. But you guys really got to look at you got to look at this dude that's because that it makes me angry that I feel like I'm attacking them, and they had nothing to do with this. But that's just fucked up, man. I'm just gonna be honest with you. The things that you want to sit there and attack us, like just for doing a job or trying to better ourselves, and you make us out to be bad guys and try to bully us out of what we like doing. That's not anybody who's a fan of that. That's go back and see what he did. There's no reason for that. We didn't do anything other than our jobs.
He holds the shield for New South. He claims he does. He has it all over every account that anyone ever sees. He is the New South guy. I will say this. Every time, every drama that has happened has been because he can't hold his tongue. To where Hunter Drake couldn't hold his tongue until somebody got that tongue that was a little older than him and said, hey, shut up. Yeah. And he shut up. And but Dump has nobody to tell him, and he's not an adult. Anybody can say what they want to about that guy. He's not an adult. Not the way he acts, none of it.
I'm going to wrap it up, but I just want to I want to say this. I'm going to be professional in this. I want to apologize to anybody at New South that feels like we personally attacked them, because that was not our point in that. I'm saying that from me. I'm not that's speaking for me, but when he came out after that, I'm not going to sit back and allow or be okay with that because I don't mean he doesn't know me. He doesn't know a thing about me. But I know a lot about him, and he just proved a lot of the stuff that people say must be true because that's what they've always warned, and that's the part. Me, even when you guys had Perez on that one show, and I have no ill will towards the pickup artist thing, man. Come on, bro. Did I ever say anything? You did your thing. It was a mistake. I know people came at you. I didn't send them after you like Dump has taught y'all to do. That wasn't me sicking my dogs on you guys. No, man. Like I wanted to work with you. I just was told it wasn't ever going to happen because you work for New South, and I was like, what the hell does that mean? I got my that was my introduction to New South and how you're not allowed to work with New South because blah, blah. I don't care. I like most of the work that most of those people do over there. I just know that I've always kept my mouth shut. Dump. You put your foot in it. If that's what you want from us, if you want to sit there, like he said, it could be good. It could be bad. Tune in every week. You'll never know what you're going to get from us. But I promise you now, Dump, now you got me started. See, I don't even like being like that, but it's so funny. Man.
You don't do it often.
It's a wicked Mako.
It's like, man, I just want to wrestle. I've always wanted to just wrestle. I've said that from day one. All I want to do is wrestle. The fact that you hold your workers hostage to make them feel that they have to be your friend to have a job in this state, that's ridiculous. Let anybody be on your show and watch how many people are not your friend because it's an open show. No, tell them that if they talk out of line, they don't have a job anymore. Goodbye. Yeah, see, that's why a lot of these people back him up. They have nowhere else to go. And I'm sorry. Hey, if you guys reach out to me, I'll try my best to get you booked somewhere else. If that means you can get out from under that crap. Because that's just trash. That's the Dump makes perfect sense now. Trash. Like it does, man, let those people be who they are. Like the promo, I get it. It was a bad promo. I'm not gonna say those dudes are gonna be garbage forever. It was a bad fucking promo. We all do it.
And everybody seemed a little too worked up. I'll say, look, man, and I'm not a supporter of any of that. And I'm probably one of the worst. I mean, I'll say it. I lead that charge most of the time because I've seen the way they acted and I saw it a long time ago. And it started with Dump and those guys, I mean, shit rolls downhill. They've had shit in their mouth since they've almost started. That's the only show they can go outside of some finishing school that didn't help them that much. Like they don't understand the business. She doesn't understand unless she has a producer in her ear saying, this is what you say, or don't say anything, then that's what's going to produce. That's what's going to happen because the person in charge doesn't understand it at all.
It's just like one of those things. It happens.
Two more quick things before we take this home. I forgot to mention this during my previous statement. Do you know who did not in any way, shape, or form comment on last week's show?
No, I know.
Negative, positive, or not?
I know.
Kenzie Page did not.
Yep.
Cabana Man Dan did not. And I've been friends with Cabana Man Dan for many years.
And he's commented on a lot of stuff.
Here's the deal. From here on, I don't care what Kenzie Page does, how egregious it is. She gets a pass with me. I'm not going to knock her because she stayed out of it, and I respect that. Same for Cabana Man Dan, because that just further proves that my comments last week were not a personal attack. They were just a commentary on something we saw that we didn't like. But for you, Dumpster Fire,
oof, bad mistake, dude.
For years, you have thrown around the word outlaw. And everything you've ever been involved with was above everything else. And the big New South, Pro-South war of words a couple of years ago when the Christian Pierce thing, speaking of him earlier, when all that broke out, you were the one who just hauled off and said that there was no comparison between New South and Pro-South. They were so far beneath you. However, there was half your roster came from Pro-South, so that made you just look like a fucking idiot. But at the end of the day, for all your outlaw talk and how you look down your nose at everybody, ultimately, you're just another Alabama shithook who started his own promotion for no other reason than you couldn't get booked anywhere else, and when you did, they didn't use you as a star the way you feel like you are. And that is a fact. And Dumpster Fire, I cannot fucking wait to hear your response. I'm not friends with you, so I won't see it. Trust and believe, there's about 10 people that'll send me a screenshot. So when you have to go back on your word once again and address those 4 losers and our 6 idiot
dumbass
viewers each week, Why don't you mention our name this time? Make it a little easier for people to find when they all go run and watch it when you bring it up. All right.
Been a very, very,
See
very
you next
Merry
time,
Christmas,
Dumpster
Dump.
Fire.
Yes. Merry.
Thank you.